Hi guys, welcome. We are, we are here to discuss football a little. So Champions League has been it's been a busy week for football lovers, for fans, for coaches, uh, and it seems like all is going to go well. So far we've seen how Champions League has fared on. We've seen the results. We've seen the notable result over the week. During the week was the Bayern Munich versus Chelsea. And Munich actually honored Chelsea by lighting up the stadium bluish so that they can honor the world champions. As you understand, Chelsea are the Club World Cup champions, and they're going to have the badge, the champions badge, with them until the next time you're going to play Club World Cup. So it was an honor actually playing against Bayern Munich, and you saw that. So the only bad thing about the game was that Chelsea was beaten 3 goals to 1. That was terrible, terrible result. Bad day for Maresca in office. A bad day for Paul Palmer. Although Palmer was a little bit happy because he scored his first Champions League goal in actually his Champions League debut. That was something historic for him, and we believe that we thought that all was going to go well until that thing happened. So it was bad that Chelsea players were also playing like they never wanted to play, and it was too sad, and sad things happen in football. The world of football today is unpredictable, and you never know. You only have to wait until 90 minutes whistle is done. So Chelsea thought that we would play and actually come back, but it was tough on themselves. I was actually watching the game and I saw how Pedro Neto was actually bored. He was not having the energy to proceed. He was just too tired to proceed with the game. That's why he was subbed off. But all in all, Maresca said it was the first game, and we believe. Personally, I'm a Chelsea fan. I believe that we're going to bounce back and win the subsequent matches. And if all goes well, everything is going to be fine for my team. Blues the color, as always. I've always believed in Chelsea, although I've been supporting Chelsea for about 10 years, 20 years now, 15 years to say. I watched the likes of Drogba play. I have to say, actually, sure that it was nice. It was really nice watching Chelsea play in the era of John Terry, Didier Drogba, Frank Lampard, Solomon Kalou, Nicolas Anelka, Malouda, Ashley Cole. That team, my guy, that team was the best for Chelsea. But now here we are. Chelsea are, I don't want to say struggling. We are in a better position right now, considering the journey has been shaky, but then it's been tough. It's been really tough for us because before, actually, before, just when Chelsea changed ownership from Abramovich to the current owners, Chelsea really struggled, and they've been struggling for quite some time. But now here we are. I think Maresca is doing some good job at the club, and you just have to say that he's trying. At least for now, that Maresca is trying, and we believe that all shall go well. So let's just believe that. So that is that. About Arsenal game, Arsenal really played well against Athletic Bilbao. They played well. They played well. They dominated the game and they managed to score. Martinelli scored as well as Leandro Trossard. If you ask me, Arsenal are the best team in the Premier League right now. They have the best defense. They have the best midfield. Zubimendi. They have the best attackers. The likes of Mikel Merino. The likes of Odegaard. Arsenal actually have options for every position. They have they have two players per position, and all those players are good. If you take out Trossard, Trossard can play same way as Martinelli. Martinelli can play the same. They have people like Lewis Kelly. You see, Arsenal is just good, man. Arsenal is just good. They're good. They have the best team so far in the Premier League, if you ask me, because mm, they have players for every position, and that is just going to work. If actually the only problem that Arsenal have is they don't know how to defend themselves when it comes to the Premier League home stretch. When the Premier League is just about to end, Arsenal tend to bottle the league, and it's just tough, really tough on them. I believe that I wish them all the best, though I'm a rival fan, but I wish them all the best. They signed Victor Yokeres, who was actually tried to show up, yes, but not so much to how he was overhyped and all that. I think Victor Yokeres is just going to win the title for Arsenal. If that is if Arsenal are serious, if really they're serious, they can win the title. So let's just believe that they're going to do. But for the Champions League is not easy to win. Even though they beat Athletic Bilbao, that was not really something to talk about. It was the Champions League opener match, and everyone expected. Nobody actually expects one to score. I've seen people talk about first games and determinants and all those, but it's tough really. The first game is actually unpredictable. Even in fact, if you're a gambler, you're not advised to bet on such games because the first time people thought that Chelsea are going to do well, but look at Chelsea. They tried to start on them on day one. Although most of them were mistakes, actually everything was mistakes from the Chelsea defense. But yeah, Arsenal are good. They are going to win titles if they are serious. That is, if they are serious. But if they are not, they will lose it. So just believe that Arsenal are going to do fine. Arsenal are going to do fine. Are going to do fine. Arsenal are going to do fine. About other matches, we saw Real Madrid versus Olympic Marseille. We saw that Kylian Mbappe was able to score his 50th goal for Real Madrid since joining them. That's really impressive, if you ask me. Kylian Mbappe was able to reach 50th goal mark, and that was nice. But that is that was nice. Kylian Mbappe was able to score his 50th goal for Real Madrid. That was although Real Madrid were traded for something silly, but that was that. They were able to win the match. So something else, some other game to talk about this electric match, Juventus versus Dortmund. That was very electric. We saw the game actually went on to ending up. So the game actually ended up in a 4-4 draw, and they really tried. They really played well. They really played well. They really played well. So Real Madrid, I mean Juventus, played well against Borussia Dortmund, and each of the teams walked away with 1 point. That was just fair for the game because it was the first. That was fair. If you ask me, fair, because like Chelsea, we were able to lose walk away with any point. So don't ask about the jersey I'm having on. That is just I thought that the jersey looks fine and looks nice. So I thought of having it on sometimes occasionally. So some of the game there's also this game uh, this game that we've been talking about uh, Liverpool against Atletico Madrid. That was also next week. We saw Liverpool scoring last minute winner, courtesy of Virgil van Dijk header. And you see the game was tough, very tough for Liverpool, very tough. But they were able to win. Atletico Madrid actually tried and they were almost winning it because they really tried their best. Coming back to draw level at the first minute, Marcus Llorente. That was nice, but Liverpool were tough because they were able to pull up a winner at the 92nd minute by Van Dijk. Something else, yeah, I see PSG wanted to beat Atalanta because Kelly was actually important in that game. We saw Gonzalo Ramos scoring the fourth goal in the 91st minute. That was nice. And Atalanta were just too weak because they were not able to score a goal. Now, Ajax was also beaten by Inter Milan and Marcus Thuram was able to score and he got a yellow card as well. But that was good. Inter Milan team. But I think if you ask me, Inter Milan are a weak team. If you ask me, actually the weakest team in the Champions League right now is Inter Milan. I don't know why I say that, but the only strength they added at the few summer signings, like like Kanji in defense. That's the only thing. The only, if you ask me, that's the only positive thing I think Inter Milan added. But considering anything else, Inter Milan are a weak team. Atalanta is also, I don't know if I have to say Atalanta is weak, but the strength of a team depends on how many young players you have in a squad. So you saw how Inter Milan were beaten in the Club World Cup. I mean, in the Champions League final by PSG. It was really tough, but they were beaten. So they were actually beaten, and so it was rough from them. It was really rough from them. Inter Milan really need to think about something because whatever they're doing is just they have Marcus Thuram here, but I really don't see the quality in the squad. They have a few young players, but the better part of this team is just people like Chalanolu, Barella, Mkhitaryan. Just too old to be in the squad, and I think they need to think about that. They really need to think about it because it's really tough. Champions League needs experience, I say, but at the same time, it needs energy. You know, when you're a little bit old, you can't play some matches, and it's tough, really tough. And Inter Milan have to think about that, or else I think they're not going to win. If you ask me, I'm not saying I don't have any issue with Inter Milan, but Inter Milan actually they are a weaker team. Although they were able to win, but I really don't I really don't recognize their win. Their win was just because of the experience on that team. But if you ask me, I would, if you ask me the strongest team is actually right now in the Champions League should be Chelsea. Although they're beaten by Bayern Munich, but it is up to Chelsea to build up and make up on the mistakes so that they don't beat them next time they play, and that's really tough because because Chelsea were really devastated and it was not nice. But I don't know, that was that. So there are also some other games like Slavia Prague. Slavia Prague and Bodo Glimt, which ended 2-2 draw. There was also some games that I played yesterday. We saw Barcelona beat Newcastle by 2-1. Marcus Rashford was very key there. Man City beat Napoli. We saw the we saw De Bruyne coming back to Manchester City. Coming back as a rival player now that his team actually sold him to that club. We saw McTominay was also good, but Rasmus Hojlund was actually did not play well because the ratings he had was very low. I saw that. So anyway, Manchester City beat them. We also have FC Copenhagen that ended up in a 2-2 draw versus Leverkusen. Leverkusen actually, we have to say that they tried. I have to say that because they recently sacked their manager, uh, uh, Eric Ten Hag, and they replaced to just recently. It's barely a week since they got the new manager, so it might have been tough on them because the manager might not have understood the structure of the team, whether they didn't understand the play or the so we actually could do very little in terms of changing the gameplay that the players were used to. So it was just tough on them, and they actually I have to say they tried because they ended up now to draw. Inter and Frankfurt beat Galatasaray by 5 goals to 1. That was tough actually, tough for Galatasaray. Galatasaray opened up the scoring, but it was just tough on them because they were beaten by a better team, Frankfurt, in the last week. So that is that. Those are this Sporting Lisbon also won their first match. They started by 4 goals to 1. Monaco were beaten by Club Brugge by 4 goals to 1. That is that. So those are just the few matches. The few highlights of the Champions League that has just happened. This is the first week of the Champions League group stages. Understand that the Champions League structure was changed and it doesn't happen the way it used to be. There's a little bit of restructuring of the game that happened. So here we are. Let's talk about uh, the Premier League, and other clubs. But the Premier League is resuming this weekend. Uh, we have some very very difficult matches. We have the Merseyside Derby, which is scheduled tomorrow. Early kickoff at 2:30 p.m. Um, that is African time. Merseyside Derby. Liverpool are going to host Everton tomorrow at at Anfield, and this game is going to be tough. Understand that Everton have really tried because Everton up to now they played 4 matches and they've managed to win 2 and drawn and lost 1 each, 1-1. So they've tried. Liverpool have not lost, neither have they drawn any game. They have won all the matches. That means they have 12 points with them. Everton had tried, I have to say. The 4 matches, they have 7 points. That's really impressive because considering the competitiveness in the Premier League, Everton are actually trying. They are really trying, and the results are not to say that doesn't. It is not Everton. Of course, Everton are the underdogs in this derby, but that doesn't mean they're going to be beaten by Liverpool, who are a better squad. Liverpool are also tough. They are like Arsenal because uh, Arsenal have a good squad, but Liverpool also have a good squad at the same time. If Liverpool were to play Arsenal today, I would apply to Liverpool because Liverpool are more offensive than Arsenal. They are more sharp in their offensive stature. Was but Arsenal on the counterpart are a little bit more solid in defense and midfield. Arsenal are not so lethal in attack; they are also clinical. But Liverpool are more clinical. Now that they added Alexander Isak to their squad, I think Liverpool have the best attacking trio this season. If you ask me, having the likes of Mo Salah and Alexander Isak is just too good, man. Just too good because Mo Salah is very lethal, very dangerous in front of the goal, and is very clinical. Alexander Isak the same. And they also have Dominic Szoboszlai who actually makes runs into the box and is always ready to score if Alexander Isak is not in the box. So Szoboszlai is good. They have Ryan Gravenberch in defensive midfield and is really good. I think is the perfect replacement of Fabinho because even if you ask me actually, I would say Gravenberch is better than Fabinho by far because Gravenberch is young. Fabinho is a little bit old. Yeah, but yeah, Liverpool is good and they are the supposed to win this game. They are supposed to win this derby. Um, this also this game Brighton versus Tottenham that's supposed to be there. Tottenham are in third position and they have 9 points, just 1 point ahead of Chelsea. Chelsea have 8 points and at the position. Uh, Chelsea are been able to draw 2 games, which that was really tough. I was saddened. I was not happy with the last result. The last game we played, and it was just too tough. Because I never liked the way we played. It was not good for me. I don't like the way I did not like the way we played because getting to draw with Brentford and at the last minute was just too tough for us because it was just too tough, man. Just too bad, too bad. Brentford of all the teams I'm not happy. So Chelsea are having that position and they're playing Manchester United. Brighton versus Tottenham. Tottenham are the favorites to win, but Brighton have a strong squad, yes. But at the same time, Brighton have refused to let go of Mitoma. And Mitoma he just not stop playing for Brighton. He just continue playing there. He's a good player. Brighton are able to sell and see so. Tottenham have a good squad. They were able to hijack James Simmons from Chelsea's hands, and they also they also took this guy. I'm forgetting the name, Mr. Villa, the South African. Uh, okay, Tottenham have a strong squad. I'm just forgetting the name. Someone remind me in the comments, please. Uh, so Tottenham are the favorites to win. Yeah, they're the favorites to win, especially after releasing Hamilton. Hamilton has been there for quite a long time at Tottenham, and if you ask me, Tottenham are going to win. So Nottingham Forest are playing Burnley, and Nottingham Forest have a new manager at the same time, but their manager is not playing this game as his first for Nottingham. Ange Postecoglou is the manager at Nottingham. Nottingham Forest actually sacked Nuno Espirito Santos just about a week or two ago. Julius Petrus Santos was sacked and replaced by Ange Postecoglou, who actually left Tottenham, was sacked by Tottenham after securing a Champions League spot by winning the Europa League last season. That was tough for him. If you ask me, I would, if I were the board of directors of Tottenham, I would actually give Postecoglou a chance to maybe see if he can improve on what he had not. Because actually he was playing well. He managed to secure Champions League for the team. Now they're in the Champions League, for which they won their match. As we saw, they were able to win against Villarreal. It was just a one goal, it was an own goal, but they still. Yeah. So Ange Postecoglou is going to play his second match as Nottingham Forest manager this weekend, and yet again against Burnley. Nottingham is actually at number 15 at the moment, having played 4 games and they have won one, drawn one, and lost two. Not bad for they have lost two, of which the last being the one they beaten by Arsenal. 3 goals to make. This is the last game of the Premier League they played. They were also beaten by this is the okay. This is going to be the second Champions League. I mean the second Premier League game for Postecoglou as the Nottingham Forest manager. Although his second game, because it's going to be his third game overall in the competitions because he played the Carabao against Swansea and was beaten by 3-2. And we saw that. So here we are. Nottingham are favorites, but we are not sure if which one. This teams Nottingham is a good team, yeah, but lacks coaching a good managerial staff that they want to have the team move further. West Ham are going to play against Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace is strong and beat West Ham. West Ham are struggling, yeah, and they can be beaten by Crystal Palace, I think. If you ask me. Crystal Palace are actually right now at the ninth position. West Ham are at number 18. That tells you something. Okay. Wolverhampton Wanderers are playing against Leeds. All teams are struggling, but Leeds is a better team. Wolves actually have lost all the matches of this season. Leeds are actually 1-1, lost 2 and drawn 1, so they have 4 points. Um, Leeds can win the game. The big game here, okay, Fulham is playing against Brentford, and each team there's a 1 point gap between the two teams. And Fulham have lost one, Brentford have lost two. That makes a difference. And Fulham have won 2 games and have won one. Each of the teams have won 1 game each. But Brentford have lost one game more than Fulham. But the big game here is the rivalry tomorrow. The rivalry that has reigned for years. Manchester United against Chelsea. This game is coming too early than I predicted. I never wanted such early fixtures. Um, I don't know why. There's this tendency of the Premier League, the FA to draw Man United against Chelsea too early. The game too early. Actually, there's a time when Marcus Rashford was actually shining too much. He was able to beat us himself. Chelsea were beaten by 4 goals to nil in the Premier League opener. I remember. I don't know which year that was, but Marcus Rashford actually was was a force to reckon with in that match. He really played with the Chelsea defense and we were beaten. But that said, I'm a Chelsea fan. I'd like Chelsea to win the game tomorrow. Although we are going to Old Trafford, it's tough on us. Manchester United are struggling. They are at number 14, but Chelsea are at number 5. So they are uh, they are in the in the second page of the table and we are in the first page of the table. That makes sense and it means something to us as Chelsea fans. I've always supported Chelsea for quite some time, but here we are playing Man United tomorrow. And I believe that Cole Palmer is going to do something tomorrow and we're going to win. Want to win because we have a good squad. Top Pedro is going to score. Um, what I would like Garachi to start and disturb the Man United defense. The only problem I have is how that influence or that effect of sending a player to a rival club and then that player has to, or the club, knows some secret about him. But now in this case, we are the favorites because Ganato knows some secrets, so many things about Man United, so many things about Ruben Amorim's tactics that is going to carry Enzo Maresca. That is the same thing that we saw happen when Nicholas Jackson actually played against Bayern Munich. He was able to advise Vincent Company on how Maresca plays and show how Bayern Munich actually pressed on Chelsea. They were really forcing Chelsea to make mistakes, and that is how they won the game. They pressed, Chelsea gave up the ball. The, you saw the first goal was an own goal. That was tough. I didn't like the way Chalobah defended the crossing. I didn't like. Just want to say that what I'm saying is, Nicholas Jackson was able to tell, he was able to share some tactics with some company, and it cost us as Chelsea fans. The same way I would want Gallardo to share some tactics with Benzema so that we can actually shut down the United totally in defense and people attack them. I'm so well that I'm so well that they don't find any space to breathe. Yeah, that is something. But now you see, uh, the last time we played against United in the Premier League was 3rd of November. Ended up in 3rd of November last year. That was last season, and it ended up in. I mean, that was the last one was 16th of May this year. That was the end of the league, and we beat Man United by 1 goal. So it's really nice. Uh, there you are. We're playing them tomorrow. Actually, Man United have not managed to beat us since the December 2023. The last time Man United beat us was December 2023. Uh, that was a season at one, the last season, the season before last season. Because you see, the last time, this last season, the games ended. We drew the first game 1-1 at Old Trafford. Then when they came to the bridge, we beat them 1 goal to nil. That is Korea. Caicedo scored, and then before Caicedo scored after Bruno Fernandes scored a penalty in the 70th minute. That was his start. And yeah, that was the last time. That was 2024, last year, November. Here, this season, we are not playing any customer playing them at United are going to play well. We hope because they have Benjamin Sesko with them as a striker. They have Brian Bruno with the beards. We hope they're going to win with their beards. And I have to say, I'm really confident that the current attacking try at Man United is not lethal at all. The only person trying there is Brian Bruno. The rest are just struggling. No Montes Cunha, unless Montes Cunha can do something more. But if you ask me, I've actually not seen Benjamin Sesko playing so much because I barely watch Man United games. Man, I'm a great rival of Man United. I hate things. I hate red stuff. I don't like red stuff. I don't like this. The only thing I like is blue. Because I believe blue is the color of Chelsea playing well, and we're going to be wonders. We're going to beat them. If you ask me tomorrow, Chelsea are really going to, if they can start Andre Santos in midfield, if really Maresca said that he's going to start Andre Santos over the weekend for Man United game. I believe and I hope what he said is going to happen. Let me just hope that Maresca is going to start Andre Santos in midfield because if Andre Santos starts in midfield alongside Moses Caicedo, my guy, that midfield is going to be. Then we play Cole Palmer in midfield in attacking midfield, that is position 10. Then step out to the right wing and Pedro Neto or likely Garnacho. I actually want Garnacho to come in the second half because I don't want him to play in the first. I don't like when Garnacho plays in the first half. I think Garnacho is a super sub. If you ask me, and I think if he's brought in, he can disturb the Man United defense, he can disorient them, and then he can cause chaos so that we can win the game. I would like Garnacho still. Garnacho, people have said and people have noticed that whenever Garnacho played for Chelsea, ever since he started playing for Chelsea, Chelsea have not managed to win any game. But these are just speculations and these are just speculations, these are just rumors. These are just beliefs that I don't trust in football. Football is about 90 minutes plus the added time, which is normally the referees to decide. The FIFA time is 90 minutes and then 15 minutes after break. So if actually Chelsea can make good use of Man United's weaknesses, because I believe Man United are going to make a lot of mistakes tomorrow. Bruno Fernandes is older today. He cannot cause problems like he used to be used to or used like he used to. So just believe that we're going to win. Like he used to. So just believe that we're going to win tomorrow because yeah, lose the color. We're going to win the game, and if all goes well, we're going to get the thing. We're going to get. We're going to. If all goes well, I like one wanted play to be the center of tomorrow. Not being that's not being. I'm just being a Chelsea fan. On Sunday, we also have a very big game. Very big game. It's like the Premier League decided to bring London versus Manchester rivalry this weekend. Because you see here, we have the Premier League actually decided to bring up the London versus Manchester City, I mean, derbies, rivalry over the same weekend. So on Saturday we have Man United playing against Chelsea. Then we have Man City coming to London on Sunday playing against Arsenal. This game, Man City against Arsenal. Arsenal is going to win. Take it to the bank. Arsenal is going to win because Man City are not so little. Win because Man City are not so little. They have players here, but I don't like the way they play. Okay, I like because I don't want them to win the league because I believe Chelsea are going to win the league this season. So Arsenal are going to win the game. If you ask me, Arsenal must win the game against Man City on Sunday. Mm, some of the games Newcastle are going to play Bournemouth. They're going to be hosted by Bournemouth. Sunderland are also hosting Aston Villa. Uh, Aston Villa, Sunderland have signed some good players. Aston Villa have struggled this season. They have only managed to get 2 points out of draws. The rest of the two matches have been lost. So Sunderland are at position 7, having won 2, lost 1, and drawn Chelsea are playing the worst I can see in the table, but Here you are, Sunderland are actually playing well because up to now they have 7 points after playing 4 matches. Because Sunderland have signed some big names. They were able to bring in the Chaka. Although the Chaka is just bring that kind of experience to the team. Although it's a little bit it's older than Museum because yeah, it's good. Xhaka is good, and that's why they want to be signed by any bigger club because bigger clubs want glory, and that's something to expect. So there you are. So, the biggest game on Sunday is Arsenal against Man City. I'm giving it Arsenal. Chelsea against Man United is supposed to be won by Chelsea, although it's a rivalry game. I don't want to be so much a fan. I just want to say let the the strongest team win, but I know the strongest is Chelsea right now because Chelsea have a squad. The only problem with Chelsea is that they're making a lot of mistakes in defense. I don't like the way they're making a lot of mistakes in defense. What I saw against Bayern Munich shouldn't repeat itself tomorrow because if it does, Bayern Munich shouldn't repeat itself tomorrow because if it does, uh, it's not going to it's not going to work. So German Bundesliga, there's a game today 9:30 between Stuttgart versus St. Pauli. Uh, St. Pauli are number 4, Stuttgart are number 12. Although Stuttgart are favorites to win the game. Stuttgart are favorites. They have lost quite a number of games. St. Pauli have a better match record over the last 5 matches. Tomorrow we also have matches Bundesliga. We have Bayern playing Hoffenheim, RB Leipzig playing Cologne, SHSV, Hamburger playing against Heidenheim. We have Augsburg playing Mainz. Werder Bremen playing against Freiburg. Werder Bremen managed to sign Eriksen. They added Eriksen to the club. Leipzig have sold out Xavi Simons to the club. Mm, FC have received Vincenzo Loni, Jackson, and they're also able to sign Luis Diaz to the squad. They have a good squad. They have Michael Olise with them. Michael Olise is playing well with the club, and I believe that they're going to win. Bayern Munich is also at number one. Again, is playing the best in his career. He's actually scoring. But if you ask me, the German Bundesliga is not so competitive because, as you can see, they even have a very small. They have 18 teams in the league. I think defensively, Bundesliga is also good because we've seen how, how games end up in 4-4 2, I don't know, 2-2, 4-3. Like the games last, like for example, look at HSV. If I look at HSV, the last time they played 3-3, that was Super 2020 when they played against the continuous segregation there. And look at this, the Bundesliga, German Bundesliga is just not so good defensively. So against scoring those goals is just not supposed to be so impressive. Just supposed to give us highlights. On Sunday we have Frankfurt playing Union Berlin, we have Leverkusen playing Mönchengladbach. Leverkusen were able to send away, or they were able to sack Erik ten Hag. Borussia Dortmund playing against Wolfsburg. Yeah, so there we are. Mm, Wolfsburg. Okay, There's something I mentioned earlier. Probably, I think it is a mistake I did somewhere, but that's just a slight thing. Mm, yeah, so that is that. We need to look at the Spanish La Liga, which I think is just a little. I said the Eriksen went to Dortmund. That was a mistake. Eriksen was sent by Wolfsburg, not by Dortmund. I think I was a little bit confused in the I confused the sponsor the sponsor with the team. Wolfsburg have the sponsor of Volkswagen on them, so I thought we would see Volkswagen and Werder Bremen, Wolfsburg. Quite bit confusing, right? Yeah. So pardon me, guys. Just Ericsson was sent by Wolfsburg. That was a mistake. Just pardon me for that. And I believe if you are keen enough, you are able to notice that. Yeah. So let's see. I mean the Liga matches. Liga matches. I think we have a Liga matches today. Tomorrow, yes, tomorrow we have Girona versus Levante. We have Real Madrid versus Espanyol. Alves. Real Madrid. Let's see. Real Madrid are at the third position, at the first position against Espanyol, who are at number three at the moment. They're competing with Espanyol are also tough this season because they have been able to score 8 goals and they have conceded 5. Real Madrid have scored 8 and conceded 5, conceded 2. That's the goal difference is just 3 between the two teams. They have this the Real Madrid have a goal difference of +6. Espanyol have a goal difference of +3. So looking at that, just 3. That is not so bad. Espanyol have after 4 games, they have 10 points. That's nice because they have won 3 and drawn 1. They have not lost any game. Espanyol are good. Uh, Girona are not competing well this season. Girona, Girona and Levante are at last. Girona is 20th against Levante, who are 18th in the league. Both have 1 point. Against the Girona, have lost against Valencia against Athletic Bilbao. Bilbao are tough, I think, because they are number 4 this season. Against Valencia, who are 15th. So Bilbao are favorites to win. Villarreal against Osasuna. Villarreal are number 6, Osasuna are 10th, but the difference in points is just 1 after 4 matches. Alaves against Sevilla. Alaves are better, Alphas have 7 points and they are number 7. Sevilla are 12th with 4 points. That's good. Uh, yeah, that's that. So those are the La Liga matches tomorrow, and we believe that Real Madrid are going to keep going with their winning because they wish among us. How Madrid rival Cano, that is Sunday. Rival Cano against Santa Vigo. Rival Cano, they're just tying in points and what separates them is the goal difference. Atletico Madrid are 11, they have 5 points. Mallorca are 19th. They're playing against Mallorca. Elche versus Real Oviedo. Elche are better 8th position against Oviedo 16th. Difference in 3 points. Barcelona against Getafe. So Barcelona are hosting Getafe at Camp Nou, and as Flick said, Lamine Yamal is not going to play because he's injured, but no transfer is available. So he's going to play against Getafe. Getafe are 5th, but Getafe are not so in the league, and they have 9 points. They have a goal difference of 2, Barcelona have a goal difference of 10. If when you hear Barcelona, you think of Messi, but Messi has been his name is fading away in Barcelona right now, but he's a legend. He's playing well, and we just hope that someone will play like him. I mean, Yamal is trying to play like Messi, yeah, but uh, he's having good stats, good record, but has not reached the level of Messi. Right? I think if you ask me, Messi was able to shine at Barcelona because he was only playing at Barcelona for the better part of his career, the best part of his career. During his prime, he was just playing at Barcelona, scoring goals against Real Madrid, uh, and they were competing with Cristiano Ronaldo at that time. So people thought that Lionel Messi is a good player, and he's been winning Ballon d'Or because he's been playing with the same squad. He played with the same squad for a long time. And Alex on Anderson, yes, Xavi Hernandez, they played well, yeah, but I tell you, the big challenge is normally when someone goes to different clubs. If you ask me, Cristiano is the greatest of all time. I don't know why I say that, but Cristiano is better than Lionel Messi because he has played in different clubs. Cristiano was able to play. He was signed on Manchester United from Sporting Lisbon. He went to Man United, played in England for the better part of his youth. I don't know, should I say youth or career senior? I don't know, it was senior career, but he played when he was young at Real Real Madrid, played there for the better part of his career from around 2009. Uh, he left the middle, went to Juventus. He played in Juventus, left Juventus, came to Man United, made a season, one season long. He left and went to Saudi Arabia to play for Al Nassr. So, and he's still shining at 40 years. So look at that. Look at Messi. Messi played in Barcelona. And he's still shining at 40 years. So look at that. Look at Messi. Messi played in Barcelona. Messi played for the better part of his career at me, and he was able to shine. He was playing well, yeah, scoring goals, winning titles, winning Ballon d'Or, which I think is always biased, if you ask me, especially during the Messi era at Barcelona. Ballon d'Or was always biased because it was about one player at the time. I think Ronaldo was supposed to win but Ballon d'Or, yeah, because Messi was winning titles, but not the fact that he was winning titles doesn't mean that he was playing alone with the whole team. And he was playing with his teammates like Xavi Hernandez. So you don't want to say that Lionel Messi actually was playing well winning titles, yeah, but individually, Lionel Messi is not a good player. He has talent, but his talent uh, has to be supplemented by someone else. Yeah, Cristiano is better because scoring goals, assisting, though he has not been able to win so many titles as Messi has, but yeah, yeah. So that is that. So Real Madrid, Barcelona is just when you think of Barcelona, you think of the era of Xavi, Iniesta, Lionel Messi, Franz Puyol. Yeah. You always say so, such names. These are older names now. And believe you me, I'm not a Barcelona fan. I've never have been, but I just miss the days Iniesta, Xavi, Messi, David Villa played for that team. That team was just good. They knew the position themselves, and it was just good. It was just so good a team. But that is in the past. So we focus now. Barcelona have Yamal, they have Rafinha, they have Fermin Lopez, they have Pedri, they have Gavi. Yeah, so those are the players they have right now. It's not bad having this player around. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we also have, yeah, they are running those competitions and there was the day we have 5 matches. I think Monday there's the Liga games. There has to be because no, there are no games. We only have the second division. So okay, so those are the greatest, the most important about today because those are what I expect and believe that all wish the best teams best of luck. If the best teams win over the weekend because we actually can't say so much about them because if we have to, then we might talk too much and waste time and talk nonsense. Yeah. So let's wish all the teams which are good. Let's, let's wish them luck and believe that they're going to win. So yeah, all the best to their teams and the best team. Now I like talking about the Premier League because the Premier League is the most competitive in the world. It has the best class. If you put these teams that are struggling with the Premier League today, the La Liga, to play there, Liga, they would actually go down. And believe me, you want to see, I think England has the record of play in the Champions League. England has produced many teams in the Champions League. Uh, always every season. Like right now, the season we have Newcastle playing, Newcastle, and that is why the fact that if the FA, the England FA, the English Premier League FA is the Premier League FA actually was given uh, another slot because it's a very competitive league in the world. They were able to be handled by UEFA. UEFA gave them a fifth slot. That's why people have we have Tottenham, Newcastle, Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal. We have Tottenham, Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Newcastle, Arsenal. Okay, let me see if I got it right. We have Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal, Chelsea. We have Tottenham, Newcastle. So I didn't mention Man United because that was what I remember because I know that the United are not playing in the Champions League. That's why I didn't mention them. Neither are they playing in the FA, I mean in the Europa League because they were knocked out by Tottenham last season. So you see, it's really tough for them, but they are not really in their glory days. They are struggling right now. I think their managers uh, decided to extort money. I mean, to exploit money and to squander money that they had. So it's just too tough for them. But there we are. Managers are struggling, yes, we believe, but they're just going to be fine in the next few months. We hope. We hope they are. But right now, they are taking the team is just too easy to talk about. So, we wish them all the best, and nobody will wish they lose. Just wish them the best. But tomorrow, we as Chelsea, we are going to beat them. Score tomorrow, Chelsea tomorrow, uh, 3 goals to 1 in favor of Chelsea. Arsenal against Man City, mm-hmm. I'll give Arsenal 2 goals to 1 against Man City. Liverpool against Everton tomorrow. I'll keep off Liverpool 3. Uh, then yeah, this is the tips. Brighton against Tottenham. Tottenham are going to be better. If you ask me, Mohamed Kudus, that's the player I was forgetting his name. Mohamed Kudus is going to score. Probably. Xavi Simons is not going to be so influential, I think. But tomorrow is a big day. Yeah, Tottenham are going to win. Yeah, so we wish them all the best. So thank you guys for watching, and I believe that. So we wish them all the best. So thank you guys for watching, and I believe that whatever you have, say it in the comment section so that we can talk about it, whatever mistakes we did, so that we can actually rectify. Because we are humans. Humans are to error. Even could make errors because they are made by humans. But here we are all here to try and do everything. So let's believe that all is going to go. Let's just believe that all is going to go well. We wish the best team the best of luck. May Man United be beaten tomorrow. I've always hated Manchester United. I don't know why I do, but I have many reasons. Maybe Man United is just too weak a team right now. I don't like the United used to play, but I think it must be United have never been. Since I started watching football, when I was in class 6, 7, around 2 or 9, I was only able to watch Cristiano, and then he left to go to Real Madrid. Uh, it was just too tough, but United I will never be able to. I don't know why I'm talking too much about my United, but I just hate that team. I don't know why. Is it because they wear red jerseys? There's that jersey they have Snapdragon, the bluish one. There's a time I almost bought that jersey until I saw the badge. I wanted to buy that jersey until I saw the badge. And I said, "Oh, this is not Chelsea. This is United." And I was like, "Oh my days!" That was a nice shirt for a jersey, and I thought I would just put it on for fun. But yeah, it's just too tough anyway. So guys, thank you for watching, and we believe what will go well for the best teams. May the best of luck. Blue is the color.